Hey there guys, today we're going to do a short video on advanced mechanics with Bastion, so let's jump into it. First off, I know what you're thinking, it's Bastion, what's there to know about point and shoot? There are three things you can do to take your Bastion play up a notch that I don't see quite often from Bastion players in pubs. Number 1. Configure shifting. Many may have figured this out unnaturally while playing the game, but I do not see many Bastions doing this, and it is the single most useful mechanic that will help your Bastion play. The mechanic is very simple. Run, get up to speed, jump, and then switch your configuration to sentry mode while at the beginning of your jump. This is much quicker than coming around a corner and then setting up. What this does, it cuts a second off your configuration time. The normal time being at roughly 2.5 to 3 seconds, that's a rather big deal. You can use this in multiple ways. For example, in a game being chased by a Maya, ran up some U-shaped stairs, jumped off to the left and configure shifted, dropped down to light her up. This is a demonstration, of course, but you can apply this mechanic to many different situations. Number 2, hold down. This is a technique that many World of Tanks players will be familiar with already. The practice originated from tank warfare in World War II, and the idea was to have just the top turret cresting a ridgeline to present less of a profile to the enemy. Being that Bastion's sentry configuration is rather big and immobile, this is a technique you'll want to take advantage of when you can. Some things to note here: do not line up the mouth of your barrel with the ridge you are trying to hold down at. The only thing that needs to be over is your crosshair. The bolts do not spawn from the barrel even if they look like it. You can use this on most stairways. The subway tunnel on King's Way is a good place, and at the first objective on Hanamura there is a ledge which can act as a good spot as well. Your positioning always takes precedence, but if you can utilize this technique, it might give you the edge you need to clutch a couple engagements. Number 3, Recon Swap. In-game, you'll get a tooltip telling you sometimes if you are caught in Recon mode, it is better to fight than attempt a quick switch to sentry mode. That is true, but the opposite is not. There are a few things to note here. 1, switching from Recon mode to sentry mode takes about 2.5 to 3 seconds. Switching from sentry to Recon takes only 1 second. Reloading in sentry and Recon mode takes about 2.5 seconds. And finally, 4, switching modes will refill your ammo for that mode. What does all of this matter? Well, I'll give you a bit of a rundown. Things to keep in mind: if you are under pressure, you're sieged up in sentry mode, and you're about to run out of ammo while a Reaper is bearing down on you, in this situation it might be better to switch to Recon mode than wait out the longer reload time. Of course, all of this is situational. I've done quick configured jumps that caught Reapers in their Wraith form and blast them as they came out of it. Number 4. There is no number 4. Use your Recon mode. No, you won't be shredding through the enemy and making those sick play the games, but what you can do is move around and be offensive. Your weapon is about as good as Soldier 76's, so use it. Another little bit: if you get a wipe on the enemy team almost single-handedly, great job, but consider relocating even slightly to make it harder to get peeked by a Pharaoh or flinked by a Widowmaker. Mix it up and keep moving around in dead time. If you take damage, pop up and move. Do not try to fight it out with a Widow or Pharaoh. Take up a corner and wait for them to come around. Alright, that's it guys. Thanks for watching. Hope it helps some of you out. See you on Overwatch.